Hello everyone, Attack Power here with the final showcase for the Men of Steel DLC. If you guys enjoy these rounds, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and consider supporting down on Patreon if you love the channel. Let's dive right in here. We have two divisions to look at here. The Bronirana Brigade. Oh god, this is the new Bulgarian division, which is really cool, but I'm not gonna be able to pronounce a single thing. And First Penselos Hadostali on the Axis side. So a Hungarian division and a Bulgarian division, very interesting, should be super cool. So the Bulgarian division is allied. It's after the Bulgarians switch sides and join, the Soviets and allies in general. So they have an interesting mix of Axis armor and, it's actually mostly Axis stuff, I think, at the end of the day, and Yugoslavian stuff, which we've seen before in NOV. So it will be cool to see some of those units again in this new division. Let's check out the slot layout here. Let's see here. All can be called, so none can be called up with more than one veterancy. So that's pretty big. So no 2-vet units in here. Only 2 units are phase locked. So you can call in things whenever, but there is a serious veterancy lock as well. So interesting mix there for this division. Let's see here. So slot layout, recon looks okay. Nothing super generous. Infantry, limited for sure, very limited. It is an armored division, though. It's not super surprising. You do get, 7 slots in total, but the last 2 are 3-point slots. I mean, it doesn't get all the way up to 4, which is nice, but they get expensive pretty quick. The tank tab, pretty big. You get, 5 1 slots and 2 2 slots, so you should be able to fit a good bit of armor in here. Support tab, not very good. It goes right up to 3 on the 4 slot array, so this is a pretty expensive support tab. AT, a little bit better. You get 3 1s and 2 2s, so that's not so bad. Anti-air looks solid with 2 1s and a 2. That's plenty right there. Those 3 slots is plenty. Artillery, solid, 5 usable slots. Me personally, it's when you get to the 3-point slots where things start to feel a bit unusable. You can only really deal with 3 or 4 3-point slots in your deck, and then you're kind of eating up over 20% of the points for those 3 slots, and that's really tough. And finally, Air Force seems pretty good. I mean, you get 6 pretty nicely costed slots there. You get 8 in total, so you can really call a lot of Air Force. So Recon, the rather average category, you'll get 2, okay. Recon forces include a dozen or so SDKFZ 222s. That's nice. That's the autocannon car, so that's awesome. Some Razunavachi Scouts, Kubelwagen, and BMW, which are all new units. So I don't know what these are, probably just the 2-man squads, I'm assuming, that come in with the SDKFZs. That would be my guess. As an allied battle group, Bulgarians get some of the Tito's partisans in the form of detachment of Konijiki. Oh, good God. Izvidashi. Izvidashi. I'm sorry, everybody. Mounted Scouts. I'm interested to see what those guys. I mean, they might be an NOV, and I just don't know because I do not play that division at all. Infantry. You have an average number of slots, so they're pretty cheap. I wouldn't agree they're pretty cheap, but I guess they're on the cheap side. While the category is a lot of variety, the actual number of infantry cards deployable is lacking. In direct comparison to other armored units, regular German panzer divisions often ran out of motorized infantry early into a campaign and had more than the Burgund. Oh my God, this brigade. Having a moment. Anyway, Bulgarian infantry here. We have the Motostreltsy, so another kind of like Streltsy squad. It would appear much like the German counterparts, but fielding older small arms, 2 ZK-388 3s. I think those are actually pretty good submachine guns. 7 Mannlicher rifles and 1 MG34. No AT weapons. In one of the few phase locks units, this lack of anti-tank capability is remedied in the combat phase B locked Motostreltsy Faust, which is the same thing just with a Panzerfaust. Oh, that looks like maybe some Panzer Shreks too. Interesting. We'll see if they have Faust. I mean, this one's obviously a Faust, but it looks like the Panzer Shreks may be somewhere. Leader, okay. Pionieri and Pionieri leaders, basically just Pionieri. Lack of infantry. The 32nd Infantry was attached. They bring Streltsy. Pair of 15-man squad units equipped with 1 submachine gun, 13 rifles, and 1 ZB-30. No AT guns. Well, I mean, it's a 50-man squad, though. That's chunky. That's nice for, farting around in the forest a little bit. It's not a good CQC squad, but it is chunky for it. And then your leader is a 7-man command squad with an MP46 and a very precious PZV-39 anti-tank rifle. Is this the... Is this the good one that... No, I don't think it's the good one that the Sickrings use. Is this the really bad one? They're saying very precious, like it's good. So I'm blanking on what it is. You also get Yugoslavian troops like the Tenkova, Borshi, and Komandir. So those are definitely some solid units. I think they're all 20 points. So cool stuff there. So a fun mix of infantry. They're not good. I mean, none of these are very good, but I suspect a lot of these will be 20 points. These will probably be 25, I'd think. These Streltsy here. So most will be 20, so you'll definitely be able to spam them out, but you don't get that many. We'll see. As expected, pretty good category, lots of slots, healthy variety. All right, let's see what we got. We have the lighter Panzer 35T. Okay, we have the Shodka T11, which is a Panzer 35T with a better gun. Okay, and then leads up to, of course, the main variant, the Panzer 38T. Is that the one in Panzer Division Tatra? Like the little one? I mean, that one's really good. It's great. It's like a 20-point, like, eat everything tank. But if that's your main tank, I mean, ooh, it's kind of scary. Next tank is Panzer IV. Okay, so you got a bunch of Panzer IVs. That's good. That's good. That's good. You get GNH versions. Okay, that's good. So plenty of Panzer IVs working. And finally, 2 independent Stug 3 battalions. All right, cool. So you have Stugs, Panthers, and you get this nice mix of light armor. Actually, could be pretty good. I mean, you get no heavy armor. I don't think this will be better than 2nd Panchelos or anything like that, but I do think it could be very, very usable and very aggressive. Support tab, very average, limited slots. You have MG Teen Supply, 50mm mortars, Commander. Infantry regiments, outdated Shodka 37mm guns were reused as fire support, unlike contemporary PaK 39s, they're equipped with HER. So these might be good. 37mm have a tendency to be really strong, like the Breda. If this is anything like that, then that's going to be pretty darn good, actually. I think that's the little, like, one that we see in the Romanian divisions. I could be wrong, but I'm probably wrong. But 37mm, I actually feel like really overperform in this game. Anti-tank, likewise, an average thing. The only anti-tank team in A is a Solothurn. Panzertrex are in B. That's not the end of the world. Like, that's honestly not terrible. Solothurn AT rifles actually are really quite good for killing light armor and stuff. The thing you really need dead at the beginning of the game. Panzertrex, it's nice to have 8 of them in B, so I actually don't find that to be that debilitating. Towed anti-tank guns are all German manufacturer. The Rheinmetall 37mm. The PTO Rheinmetall 38 50mm. I think that's a PaK 38, I would think. And then a handful of PaK 40. So we have the PaK 36, PaK 38, and the PaK 40. Nice. Okay, those are all fabulous. A nice mix of AT guns. Mediocre category for anti-air. You get the numbers, some additional A, including the 20mm, the 37, so a Flak 36, and a Krupp 41. Okay. All right, so we have an 88mm, 37mm, and then you get some 80mm pre-war Czech 80mm guns. So that's great. This is not bad at all. I would not call it mediocre in any way. It's solid. It's cheap. I mean, it's not cheap. I mean, it's cheap enough. You get 3 1s, 2. I can't believe they're calling that mediocre. This is like plenty to work with. Some division would kill for even half of this. Artillery, somewhat decent category. All right, we have 81mm mortars, but nothing heavier. Artillery units featuring the German supplied 105mm and 150mm. Okay, so that's solid. Or artillery is sourced from regimental things, meaning the Swedish Gob Bofors 75mm and the heavier 220mm. Ooh, that sounds fun. That's a big gun. That's a big boom boom right there. Heavy off-map support is provided in the brigade's Vickers Armstrong observation tank. These are actually Bulgaria's first armor fielded, but later repurposed. So observation with 220mm batteries. Oh, that's a plane actually. So it's 150mm and 220. Air, pretty good category. All right, let's see. So we have some recon planes here, some biplanes and stuff. Fighters are the Drogon, which is probably not very good. The Devoton, probably also not very good. And the Strela, G2 and G6. These are ME-109s. All right. So nothing super exciting. Although the Strela E4, the BF-109 E4 is really good. So it's really cheap and has a nice loadout. So if that's an E4, then that's pretty exciting. Bombers, pre-war Polish one, Stuka D5. Oh, it's a Ju-87. That's nice. That's definitely very good. Oh, wait. Or is it just like a regular bomber? Oh, I was thinking it was the AT gun one. Maybe it's not. Just kidding. Sorry. Scratch that. Do-17. That's a nice big bomber. And B-71. Don't know that one. So, yeah. I mean, it's actually not a bad division. They say here they think it's a well-rounded, no clear-cut flaws. I would actually have to, I mean, they have no 2K HE. That's a flaw. There's no 2K HE to work with. Your infantry are definitely very meh. But if you're supporting them with your tanks like you're clearly supposed to, it's probably not a big deal. But the lack of 2K HE and actually 2K everything, it does not have 2K. Looking at this again, I'm trying to think about it. Yeah, maybe basically the Flak 41 is all you have 2K wise. Everything else is not. So you're definitely going to struggle on a long range map. You can't just plop this thing wherever and assume it's going to win. It also matters what kind of transports. They're coming in the Botan A's, then it's a slow division too, and that's bad. But moving over to the Axis side here, the Panchelos Harastali here. Much like Group Dodi, covers a month of operation, so we see a whole bunch of different stuff. All right, so we have remained a fixture through all battles. Other smaller groups are phase locked. So a mix of anything and phase locks. Elements from 6th, which fighting available only in A and B. Forces of the 22nd, only available B and onwards. Air support is very, very scarce in A phase and gets stronger with each subsequent phase. Okay, that's not the end of the world. I mean, you really shouldn't be calling in like 20 planes in A phase anyway. All right, recon. Average category, limited slots. Oh, wait, we should look at the slots. Apologies. Solid recon tab. You can get 4 reasonably costed ones. Your infantry tab, okay, it's very similar to the one we just looked at, the Bulgarian one, where it gets a little expensive at the end with 2-3 slots. Your tanks, you get a lot. You get 5. Wow, you get a lot. You have 5 1s and 3 2s, so that's a lot of tanks. Support tab, a little bit better in this division here. You get 4 usable slots, and then they get expensive. Anti-tank, yeah, you have 4 usable ones. And usable, again, is 1 or 2 points. You can certainly use 3 or 4. It's just going to really start eating up a lot of your points really quickly. Like, you have to be prepared to be missing out on other things if you're using a lot of 3-point slots. Anti-air, a lot. You get 6 aggressively costed slots there. Your RD is, okay, you get 4. 3 1s, which is pretty good. And your air tab is not great. It's 1, 1, 2, and then right into 3. So not great there. All right. Average recon, only limited slots, but balanced in price and plenty of choices. So we have BMW, CS, someone told me how to say this. Chaba. I want to say Chaba. I think it's Chaba. Or Saba. Maybe it's Saba. Sorry. Someone said this in a comment, and I just can't remember now. I'm looking at it. Armor card's got a AT rifle, which is cool. Toldi 2. All right. Nice. And the Feldorito Yahor and Lovash Feldoritok. Doing my best. These are solid. These are actually in the Hungarian divisions. Usually you can upfed these and get more. They have like a higher availability for some reason. It's the 2-man squads. And then the German SS reinforcements come bringing recon troops. Cool. Featuring SS Reitaufklär in phase B. I wonder what those look like. And equipped. Oh, here we go. Equipped with 2 MP40s, 3 MP44s, and 4 rifles. Okay, it's not amazing, but it can put out some damage. If this is 25 points, this is better than your average like recon squad to have, so that's not bad. They also don't have a lot of long range, which means they won't shoot at stuff like they don't have a good chance of fighting. Infantry, pretty good category considering it's an armored division, fair number of slots, none being too expensive. Armored division brings its own selection of Hungarian troops, the Kerekpartisak, the Rohmarasak, motorized Lovesh, rifles and command. These are pretty good. Oh, we see these in 2nd Panchelos, I believe. Yes. And motorized Arkazoks. Yeah, these are great. These just have MG42s. They're very good. So yeah, nice group here. MG42 machine gun. Yeah, these are good units for sure. 2nd really does well with those. During A and B only, you get 6th replacement division, which gives you the Tartalek Lovesh, so these are disheartened, but you can get more Arkazok, so you can get a lot of CQC here, actually, which is nice. And if these are cheaper due to their disheartenedness, then they could be very good. And then combat phase B only, the SS brings SS Reitjäger with 2 SMGs, 8 rifles, 1 MG42, and a Panzerfaust. Okay, solid unit. Not anything amazing, but solid. Command version, don't care. SS Reit Pioneer comes with 4 MP40s, 4 carbines, and 2 flamethrowers. There's a unit. That one's pretty good. So this division actually with a lot of CQC options, which is nice to see. This kind of almost reminds me a little bit of Pansati, depending on how their tanks work out here. As expected, pretty good category, but not as impressive as my other large divisions. You get 5. Okay. Except for a card of Command Stug 3s, all other vehicles are Hungarian. Toldi 2 Tehran. Whoa. So it's basically like first Lovash, except you get a card of command Shug 3s, which means you only get like 2 or 4. Whoa, that's rough. And this is, I'm using air quotes here, tank division. Oof. I mean, Terrans are awesome. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Terrans are bad, but as your entire tank tab, like we know how much first Lovash struggles when up against tanks that aren't out in the open for AT guns to kill. I mean, I love me a Terran, but some more Stugs would have been nice. All right, well, let's continue on. The next category is standard, flamethrowers, supply, commander, police dude, IG-18 in phase B. That's not IG-33, by the way. That's just an IG-18. So not a good supply, not a good support tab, no 2K. I mean, there's no 2K at all so far. Oof. AT category, pretty mediocre. We have replacement Solothurn AT rifles and Panzerschreck teams. We have the 40M 40 mil and the 75 mil. This is a really good 30-point, like fires really fast. At least 2 cards of Shug 3Gs in an AT roll. Interesting. So what's the difference? It's a Shug 3G. It's not even the Shug 3F, which has lower armor. So this is a normal Shug 3 in this tab, which blows hard because you're like really constricted on your AT tabs and not constricted on your tank tabs. So that really sucks. Like they're really boning you there with that setup. I'm not 100% sure why they're doing that. Does it not have HE? Is that why? Germans bring Pack 40. Okay. I mean, this would be fine if it had more tabs. Because now you're going to be almost forced to use up some of your tabs on Shug 3s, which means you can't... I don't like that at all. That's horrible. In comparison to the Compete tab, this is good. All right, lots of Nimrods. That is good. This tab is automatically fantastic because you got tons of Nimrods. Quite a few 40 mil Bofors. You get some Flak 3688. All right, that's good. You need those badly. And then SDK-Z71s. You don't need them. You need Nimrods. All the Nimrods. You want Nimrods forever. More Nimrods. All right, artillery, usual complement of 81s and 120s. Then you get 75, 105s, and 149. Ooh, the 31M, 149. Those are very good. No off-map, but one novelty. You get Nebelwerfers. Cool. All right, that's a nice little upgrade there. So good arty tab there. Air, not very good at all. Phase A, you can only bring in some Recon and ME-210 heavy fighters. That's terrible. But you have Nimrods. It doesn't matter. You have Nimrods. Your AA is so phenomenal, you don't even care that you're not in planes. Division covered by the Hungarian armies retreat. From Phase B, you get an influx of dive bombers. German recon clusters of the Ju-87. So that's good. You have some AT clusters. Hungarian operated Ju-87 with the Me-109 G14 U4 fighter. Ooh, I wonder what that thing's loaded up with. And then you get some HS-129s for more tank busting with the 75 mil gun, which I believe is the bigger, better one. So good. All right. So the Air Force isn't bad at all. They're acting like this terrible. It's not. And especially because you have Nimrods. So you don't care about the air anymore. They can no longer fly. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, this division, I mean, once again, short on 2K. None of these divisions in this DLC fight in the open at all. It's really bad, actually. These are like, and I know I'm going to say it here and everyone's going to agree with me. And I know they just need to release more maps, maybe some more CQC ones, you know, because they're releasing an entire DLC of CQC units. You know, awkward. And nobody can tell me that we would prefer maps over divisions. We all would. I know that. Don't get me wrong, though. I do love more divisions. But yes, we'd all love some new maps. Everyone says it. We all know. You hear me complain all the time. And I have no secret line to Eugen Studios. I have no way in communication to them at all. Because believe me, I'd be crabbing up a storm. But there we go. That's the last one. These are all of the divisions in the Men of Steel DLC. If you guys didn't check out the early ones, make sure to go back and check out those videos. They're on the channel. You'll see them. And if you guys enjoyed this, make sure to hit that like button because, I mean, what do you like if you don't like this? Subscribe and consider supporting down on the Patreon. Thanks a bunch for watching. Check out another video and have a fantastic day.